What's going on, y'all? There's people out here that need to understand that, having a job is cool. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you depend on, one salary nowadays, especially with everything that we basically been going through this whole year, I basically was considered an essential worker, of course. But being an essential worker, that really didn't do anything for us. It just put us in a higher risk of becoming sick and basically possibly dying from the whole COVID-19. Some companies upped the pay for the essential workers that were working at the time. They gave them a couple dollars added on for that period of time. I can't give you the exact period of time. Some people receive set bonuses. Where I worked at, we received multiple $300 bonuses. So basically, I believe it was 2 or 3. So basically, we risked our lives in the heart of the whole virus for basically $600-900. And I think that was something that really raised the red flag in my head. Like, these companies, when everything officially started, when they talked about, it's a possible shutdown. Matter of fact, let's even go before that. When they mentioned the whole virus and everything, and it was talked about, and it was just boom, 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 boom. And then all of a sudden, when it was like, it's a possibility, things are going to be shutting down, the whole world going to shut down for a month or 2 or whatever. And then all of a sudden, I think it was a week or 2 or whatever went by, nothing was going, it was just talks. And then all of a sudden, they start shutting things down. And they allow essential workers to keep being out, and you were only to work essential workers, but you were only allowed to go out if it was essential items to get, medicine, food, gas, and all that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, you sit up here and you think about it. You're like, okay, so you have essential workers, people were laid off, people were furloughed, a lot of money was not being spent. It was just food was being, grocery stores and, convenience stores, places like that. They were making money. You had your little fast food places that were making money too. But the grocery stores were making a major impact. And a lot of people that were working there, you had your, Walmart, you had your Targets. And I can't think of all the other stores that were open and that was essential, but I'm just going to tell you, these companies made billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. The CEOs, all the people that's in that corporate office, all they did is sit back with a cigar in their mouth, kick their feet up, and let the money roll in. We risked our lives. A lot of these people that were CEOs that are, on these Fortune 500 companies or whatever, the people that benefited from this, they didn't have to risk their lives. It's the people that's working in the stores, that work for the companies, whatever, that was making products for, the toilet paper, the Lysol, all the cleaning stuff, the face masks, all that stuff. It was done by essential workers, but all the companies, the CEOs and everything, they benefited from it. And for us to get a little payout, and we was out here at the heart of it, and I believe a lot of us was sick at the end of last year, and I believe that virus hit a lot of us at the end of last year and the beginning of this year. And I think a lot of people was immune to it and kicked it out their body. And I believe once it really hit, I don't know if they put another strand out it was like, okay, we gonna put this out to see what it does. Okay, that really didn't, it made people sick. And I don't know if y'all noticed, it was probably some people around you and a lot of your family members or people that you was close to that was getting sick, and it was a different type of sickness that possibly was the COVID-19. But once everything started going through and the following year came through, that's when, everything just was like, how somebody do something months or years before, and then all of a sudden the effect happens now. That's basically what happened. And like I said, we risked our lives. It's still going on, and people still getting sick. It's still coming out with the virus, face masks and everything. One thing that I did say, and I know a lot of people would knock me for saying this, because I'm gonna get my facts straight, but I'm gonna just speak what I think possibly happened. With America, United States, China owns us. We own them. But we owe them, my fault. They own us. We're in major debt with them. Now, I know this coronavirus was worldwide. It wasn't just United States. It was other countries. The whole world. So, you would sit up here and say, okay, other countries basically have, lost lives and caught the coronavirus. People in there died from the virus and people caught the virus and everything. But who's to say that in order for us to get some sort of payment back to China, that they didn't say, you know what, we're going to throw this coronavirus out. But instead of just making it China and United States, or trying to make it look like it's not a setup, we're going to make sure that it spreads everywhere. I wouldn't put it past the government to sell us out. Period. You know the history of what government has done over the history of the fucking United States. The fucking history proves that they will sell us out for anything. And y'all notice in the whole time of everything being shut down, me working as an essential worker, if you was to come into one of the stores and you was trying to shop and you was looking for certain things you would not find, because guess what? That stuff was made over in China. Everything over in China was shut down. So a lot of times people was coming into the retail stores and they were like, the essential stores at the time, and they're like, why you don't have this? Why you don't have this? Mainly because everything that's been made and that's in them stores that y'all go into, we don't make them. They come from China. Yes, they're designed and they possibly could be manufactured in United States, but it's made in China. So if they don't make it over there, you're not going to get it here. They make the product. The box could be made here. The box that the actual product coming could possibly be made here. But the product that's inside the box is made over there in China. So people gotta understand it's a win-win and a lose-lose. Whichever way you want to take it, China has a hold of the whole United States. You can sit up here and believe the government, and they can sit up here and tell you whatever they want to tell you. Government is the biggest liar ever. You might know somebody that lies all the time, but the government has the biggest lies ever. Like the lies that would like devastate you to the point where it would lead your ass to drinking or turn you into a whole addict just because you feel like, the world that you live in is a complete fake. And it can be fake. Some things are good, but it's a lot of things that, that are fake and that you're being lied to. And just imagine when you're in a relationship or whatever, somebody lied to you, and then you find out a year later that such and such, or a month later or a week later, that person didn't do this, or whatever they said to you wasn't true. How you feel at that point. So just imagine a whole government doing something and telling you something and lying about it, and you find about it years later. Like, we could sit back right now, this is 2020, it could be 2030 or 2025, we could find out the coronavirus was all a setup. Like I said, you don't know. You find out things years later. Of course, whenever everything is going on at the moment, all you can do is just go with the moment. You can sit up here and you can read everything. You can find out information. You can have people being conspiracy theorists and all that type of stuff. But you won't know stuff from years and years later, because people will throw red flags out and try to give you hints and clues on certain things, because some people are very smart and some people understand what the government will try to do and what they will try to manipulate to make you think a certain way. And what they always say, fear is a major, major problem. When you strike fear into people, a lot of things don't go right. Mentally, physically, emotionally, things will not go right once you put fear in someone. Fear is a sickness. Fear is something that could put you in a situation where you felt all right, but all of a sudden, a lot of things not going right for you because you fear and you become sick. Your body comes like basically your body basically has like a boundary around it. But once you put fear in it, that boundary is open. So now everything is starting to enter because now you have fear in you. The world is based, United States for sure, is basically built off fear and lying. Fear and lying. So that whole, the way the United States want to, this is the greatest country. Yes, it can possibly be the greatest country, but there's a lot of things that basically didn't go right in history to make United States to look bad as they do. They'll be like, oh, you have all the freedom in the world. Yes. A lot of times, you can sit up in the United States, yes, we do have a lot of freedom. You go to other countries, there's certain things that you can't do that you can do over here. That's why a lot of people prefer and try to get to the United States. They know it's you get over here, it's a lot of things that you can do. You can get money to do certain things. You can make more money here. It's a lot of things that you can benefit from the United States, but the United States is not the best place to live at. It's always other countries that look so good. Trust me. I haven't traveled to a lot of these countries, but you can tell that a lot of these countries just look so good. It's just the simple fact they don't have a lot of options that we have in the United States. And it's just life. Governments, I can possibly like ship this or send this video to somebody in another country and they could possibly say the same thing about their government or whatever. So at the end of the day, like I said, the government is full of lies and fears. They would do anything to manipulate what they need to manipulate. If they need to get an agenda across without making it look too bad at that point, but trying to explain to you that this agenda is a sickness or some type of concern or whatever, they're going to put that in your mind. You only can control what you see and what you hear. If they put everything out, they control the media, they control all that. So at the end of the day, you have to understand that you cannot sit up here and just live off of fear. You just got to keep living your life, understand everything, and the virus is out here. So just do what you're supposed to do. Wash your hands, what they say, 20 seconds. Wear the face mask and everything. Try to stay apart from people. It's just hard. Like I said, I don't know what to expect, what the government is trying to do, what to expect. Like I said, we might not know anything until 5 years later, 10 years later. It might take a whole half a century. Some of us are going to be gone, and then they're going to, break out the story and all this stuff, breaking news, or they did some research and found such and such. I mean, it's just, like I said, you can't trust a lot of things going on nowadays. Like I said, this world is becoming more and more advanced than it's ever been. Like, you have cars out here physically driving itself. Like, you cannot sit up here and tell me that you're going to believe everything the government tells you, because like I said, the world is highly advanced. Every single year is to the point where you can sit up here and, man, they're doing that now. Oh, I didn't know they had stuff to do that. It's just, that's like I said, the world is so advanced. People know how to work on things. People know how to figure things out. And at the end of the day, like I said, all you can do is just try to keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, make sure everybody around you, let them know to, keep your mask on, do whatever you need to do to keep everything going in your life. Because like I said, fears and lies bring down a lot of people. Depression, stress, that's a major thing. And, fears and lies could add all of that on, stress, depression, mess around and inherit some type of disease or cancer in your body because you're stressed out and everything, man. Just gotta relax. Sometimes, we out here, we so on our phones and everything, and we're so glued to the TV and reality shows and all that. Sometimes you need to turn that stuff off. TV, reality shows, your phone, and just have conversations with people, or sit down there and just think in your mind and write stuff down, or read a book. Go back to old school ways, because this new school shit is poison, man. A lot of this stuff is poison. We sit up here, we watch, we read, we eat things that's basically poison. Don't say it on there. Why would they say it? Because if it did say it on there, you wouldn't eat it, or you wouldn't watch what you watch. There's all types of poison. You know, you got poison to kill stuff, kill rats, poison to kill people. But the actual real poison is when they tell you something that is not good for you, that's negative. Or, like I said, the food that we eat, that we digest, that you got to learn sometimes just to sit back. Like I said, just get rid of your phone sometimes. Like, I'm not saying get rid of it. That don't even sound right. Just like I said, just, you know, it's 24 hours in a day. You work 8 hours, 12 hours, 16, you know, whatever amount of hours or shift you work that for a person. You get on your phone at lunch for a whole hour probably while you on lunch. You get home, you on your phone. Just think about how many hours you basically put aside for work in your phone, or this, you know, watching TV that really is just reality. It's real life, but it's reality. They add stuff on and make drama to make it appealing, to get ratings, to get you to look, to get you to watch. Like I said, you know, separate yourself from some stuff sometimes. You know, go a week where you just, you know what, I'm gonna wake up this morning, I'm gonna go out here and take a walk before I go to work, or I'm not gonna look at my phone for 2 hours. Like, I'm gonna go to work, maybe my first break, I'll look at my phone, check some stuff, boom. That's all, man.